Alright, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Okay, Okay, this is an article, alright. Where is it? It's like, yeah, it was a very good article. I'm trying to find it. Just had it. Wait. It's basically on China, okay, and how they're basically saying that China, basically saying how if this trade war escalates, man, it's really gonna affect the American consumers, all right, the most. All right, it's gonna affect them the most because they're the ones, American consumers, like the brother my camp Tazwan. His channel name is Stay in the Spirit 144. I said it in sit down basically how these consumers, a lot of these which majority of them are Jakes, they don't realize, okay, they don't pay mind to almost half the things they buy is what made in China. A majority of these things are made in China and imported here. So it's like, you're really gonna be affected the most. All right, and even in that, Jake doesn't know what's going on. And it's just like, hey man, things are happening, man. Things are coming, man. Okay, and it's all, you know what it is? It's all being set up, piled on top of each other. And once it drops, everything is gonna fall at the same time, man. All right, everything's gonna fall at the same. Damn, where's this article? Slack it, Akim. I had this. I'm Satan trying to play with me real quick. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna find it real quick. There it is. There we go. All right. So it says, China warns trade war will directly hit U.S. consumers and financial markets. American consumers will be the biggest losers if a full-fledged U.S.-China trade war breaks out, Beijing warned. After President Donald Trump signed a memorandum to impose new tariffs targeting over 50 billion of Chinese imports. The U.S. persistence in advancing the Section 301 investigation and publishing the so-called findings to pick a trade war will undoubtedly undermine the interest of American consumers, enterprises, and the financial market directly. The Chinese foreign minister said a day after the U.S. president ordered the U.S. trade representative to levy tariffs on at least $50 billion of Chinese imports. The move is designed to cut the U.S. trade deficit and prevent alleged misappropriation of U.S. intellectual property. It says Trump's Thursday announcement of the new duties was accompanied by the 215-page USTR's Section 301 of the 1974 Trade Act investigation report into China's technology strategy, which, among other things, accuses Beijing of engaging in cyber espionage, intellectual property theft, and pursuing aggressive investments and acquisitions in the U.S. Now, this is really not wise on the U.S.'s part, man. Okay, for one, the U.S. is in a crazy amount of debt. Okay, a crazy, insane amount of debt. All right, and they owe the most of it to China. Okay, and here it is. They're trying to go to a trade war with China, man. Even if it, which it will affect both countries, it's gonna affect the U.S. the more. Especially these consumers, okay? And these people they're just done, or they're done. They don't, you see, they won't get it until they go to a supermarket and find out they can't buy a certain item, or they see the price of a certain item skyrocket somewhere. That's when Jake is gonna be like, oh shoot, that's their news report. When they go, when the thing is actually in place and they go and they can't get it anymore, that's when they're like, oh whoa, what's going on? You see, they don't pay attention to the news, man. They can care less about that. You know, everything is vanity, and that's all Jay cares about in this day and age. Okay, which is why it's gonna catch him like a thief in the night, man. Okay, so it says, U.S. we have a tremendous intellectual property theft situation going on, Trump said. Beijing slammed Trump's accusations as unacceptable and brushed aside all allegations of intellectual property theft. China's innovation achievements are earned by the wisdom and sweat of 1.3 billion Chinese people, not by stealing and not by robbing anyone. Which really, the ones who did the rape, robbery, and murder are the U.S., man. Primarily these Edomites. And they did that to the Lord's chosen people, man. Jakes. Okay? With slavery and all that, man. It says, Foreign Ministry spokesperson Hua Chunying, man, these Moabites with their names, man. All right, Hua Chunying insisted during Friday's press briefing, such achievements may make the U.S. feel worried, but as the largest economy in the world, the U.S. is supposed to be above making groundless accusations and blowing things out of proportion. The foreign minister explained that low-cost and labor-intensive products from China have been considerably lowered. The consumption cost of the U.S. American consumer, all while helping the U.S. deal with inflation. The American consumers and enterprises will bear the brunt of a trade war with China, Hua noted. The spokeswoman also slammed statements from Trump's economic advisor, Peter Navarro, who accused China of benefiting from bilateral trade much more than Washington benefits from trading with China. All right, and all these accusations are going to lead to actions. Okay, and like I said, man, the consumers, all right, they're really going to feel the burn, man. Okay, the people who don't even know what's going on, that's when they're the ones who going to get hit the most. All right, because we in the age of information, man. We in the age of you can just search up anything and find out about it, man. But people just don't want to do that, and so you know what? They deserve this. Okay, it's gonna be too late for them. All right, it says, in making his remarks, Navarro is a little bit too arrogant. He has apparently miscalculated the situation and underestimated China's resolve and capability to defend its own legitimate rights and interests, as well as the price the U.S. has to pay for its recklessness and willfulness, the spokeswoman noted. Okay, this article is all right. This is let me see. Find the key important parts here. Okay, yeah, right here it says disrupting trade flows will jeopardize the global economy at a time when economic recovery through fragile has been increasingly evident around the world. I again call for restraint and urgent dialogue as the best path forward to resolve these problems. No. There ain't no resolving these problems. The only resolution is going to be missiles. Okay? And honestly, look, it doesn't matter what they say, what kind of solutions they try to pose. If it ain't according to prophecy, then it's not going to happen. Okay? So it says, let me see. The Internet Association, a Silicon Valley lobbying group comprising such giants as Google, Amazon, and Facebook, also warned that a trade war between the U.S. and China will result in higher prices for consumers and industry job losses. The internet sector represents 3 million jobs and 6% of GDP, and these tariffs will leave our customers worse off. Stifle growth and make it harder for the digital economy to succeed, the group said in a press release, warning that ordinary Americans will be caught in the crossfire. All right, and that's what's coming, man. All right, that is what's coming to this place. And hey, man, these people deserve it, man. As sudden destruction, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3, and they shall not escape, man. Because when you caught in the crossfire, man, you're caught. You're caught in there, and you're more than likely gonna get hit. All right. But Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. Just another article to keep keep the sheep fed and posted on what's going on, man. All right. Look at that. Look at that image right there. It says what? Made in China. Man. Hey, this place is through, man. All right. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.